What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we're going to talk about Han Solo, a Star Wars story. Projected box office opening weekend right now, as of right now, is $150 million. What? I know, I'm just as blown away as you are. I heard this on John Campia's show the other day, so that's where I heard it from, so that's where I got the show idea from. So I decided I would go ahead and drop him a plug. And before we get started, and I'll give everyone the video starts at time, don't worry, and then you can drop it in the comments. I heard a few people make some claims that they unsubscribed to me when they heard I was a fan of this or a fan of that. Someone said he likes John Campia, so I had to unsubscribe to him. Even though I was critical of John Campia, I also said I'm a fan of John Campia. Let's get something straight right here, right off the bat, okay? If you are that sensitive to someone's opinion, then you shouldn't subscribe to this channel at all. I am not here to beg for subscriptions and beg for likes and all of that other nonsense. That's not me. So I'm a fan of John Campia. I'm critical of John Campia. Sometimes he drives me crazy, but I still like the guy. I'm a fan of Hello Greedo. I'm a fan of Mike Zero. I'm a fan of Christian Harloff. I'm a fan of Game Explain. I'm a fan of Outside Xbox. I'm a fan of SC Reviews, World Class Bullshitters, and the list goes on and on. So if any of those names upset you enough where you don't want to subscribe to the channel, at least you know up front that that's where we stand. Hell, I still like Star Wars Explained, and his little trolls continue to show up in my comments after he made that video about me. I have thick skin. I can deal with it. It's okay. Star Wars Theory, he and I have talked. He is awesome. Love that dude. Got a lot of respect for that dude. And I have him on our recommended channel list, so please subscribe to Star Wars Theory. Not that he needs it, but I like him, and he gives you amazing content. So just wanted to get those ground rules out of the way because I mentioned John Campia's name, and I'm sure that will trigger some people in our audience. So let's move past all of that. Video starts at 2:29. Okay, here we go. So Solo, a Star Wars story, opening weekend, tracking at $150 million, and this blows my mind. I do not see this happening at all. So let's get some frames of reference in here. So Rogue One opened around $160 million. Rogue One had, I don't know, it had Vader in the marketing, which was a huge plus for the marketing. Plus, it was coming off The Force Awakens. Now, a lot of the general audience didn't understand that it wasn't a follow-up to The Force Awakens, but it didn't matter. That's still going to pull people into the theater coming off that highly successful film. So then you had The Force Awakens that had their huge opening weekend at, $250 million, which is still a box office record. And then The Last Jedi with the $220 million opening weekend, which is number 2 all time. So you've got your numbers laid out there right in front of us. So Solo tracking at $150 million falls right in line with what we've seen from Star Wars up to this point under Disney. But I think that the buzz is not there for this movie. I don't think the marketing has inspired very many people. I think that the anti-Last Jedi movement is bigger than Disney is anticipating. And at this point, I mean, I know that Solo still has another, marketing blitz that they're holding back on. But what can they show at this point? I think that there's rumors that Vader is in this movie, but even if Vader is in this movie, he can't be in the movie for more than just like one scene and maybe one line, if that. So are they going to show that in the marketing? I don't think that sounds like a smart plan, but maybe they will. I don't know. I know there's the boycott Solo movement out there, and I've told you guys several times I'm not a boycott guy. I'm not a petition guy. Just because we've gained a few subscribers, I'm not changing my tune. That's just not my style. I support your right to do it, and more power to you. I do support the overall idea of it too, because it's nothing directed at Solo. Because I do think Solo has the potential to be a decent movie because of Ron Howard. But there's a bigger message that needs to be sent, and that's the message to Lucasfilm and Disney to let them know that we don't like what you're doing with Star Wars, and you need to be told in the only way you will listen, and that's in the wallet. And so I'm going to be able to get in to see Solo more than likely. I'm very confident I'll be able to get in and see it and do my review. But if I wasn't able to get in, I would probably not go see the movie opening weekend just to send a message as an individual. I'm not trying to hashtag boycotts and all that stuff. I'm just telling you how I would handle it as an individual. And if people think that's me joining the boycott, then that's how you can think. It's just not what I'm saying, though. But I think Solo is going to open around $100 million. And that's a good opening weekend, but it's still a little low for a Star Wars movie right now. But here's the big thing. If Solo opens at around 75, 80 million, I'm telling you right now, that will send such a message to Lucasfilm that they know they have messed up. So it's going to be very, very interesting to watch how this box office projection continues to go for the next few weeks. Now, again, you can't hold anybody to any projections right now. This is long-range tracking, so right now it's at 150. That could go up and down. It's a peak and a valley, so, I mean, it's going to drop a little bit, and it may go back up. I think it's probably going to fall. I think the studio projections, they're probably going to shoot for like 115 to try to meet that. I don't think they want that 150 floating around out there because I don't think they're going to hit it. But if that 150 continues to hang around out there, then if it comes in at 115, then it's going to be deemed a disappointment. And people like me are going to get on YouTube and start saying how it's a disappointment, it's a failure, and things like that. Because 115 is not going to be a great opening weekend. So we shall see. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. But I want to know your comments. I want to know your thoughts. Are you joining the boycott Solo movement? And again, I understand the movement. I totally do. And I respect the fact that people want to do this. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying I'm not going to be like, boycott. Just do what you want. That's really what it comes down to. We're all individuals. Do what you want. That's my stance on it. So anyway, you guys have a great day. And thank you very much for checking out this video. Talk to you later.